you know, that kind of thing. First, would you like to introduce yourself and say where you're from? You can start.
Okay, so I'm Hanna and I'm from Finland. I'm representing Finland.
I'm Isabella and I'm here to represent Germany.
I'm Luba and I'm here to represent Estonia.
I'm Martin, I'm from Turkey.
I'm Sonia and I'm representing Slovakia.
I'm Alessio and I'm from Italy. And I'm Adam and I'm from Poland.
Okay, thank you. And I'm Elsa and I'm from Finland also. And okay, first I would like to ask, do you know, is there a lot of immigrants in your area? And we're talking about immigrants now. Would you like to start?
Personally, on my area, since I live in the border of Russia, there's a lot of immigrants from Russia, like Russian immigrants, and yeah, that's the majority of them.
In Germany, we have a lot of immigrants from Turkey, but also from Bosnia and Serbia. And like, in my personal case, I have a lot of friends that are either from Serbia or Turkish. And, yeah.
So Narva, it's a Estonian city. It's like a border city with Russia. So yeah, we have pretty much immigrants.
Sorry, I want to go back to, because you both have like a lot of Russian immigrants in your area.
Yeah.
Do you like have a lot of Russian friends then?
Yes.
I personally don't have a lot of Russian friends.
Do you have like friends from other nations?
Yeah, I have immigrant friends, but they're not Russian.
Okay. Sure.
Yes, because I'm living in Antalya, and Antalya is touristic place, and my state has got so many immigrants from Russia and Germany, and like that.
Well, I live in eastern Slovakia and it's very close to Ukraine, so that's why we have a lot of immigrants from there. And also on our school there are a ton of Ukrainian students because it's more convenient for them to get their degree in the European Union. And also for a longer period of time they are Vietnamese people with their little shops. And I think they are integrated very well. And maybe like people from Czech Republic, but I don't know if that counts because we used to be one state. So.
I'm from Bari, one city of the south of Italy, and we have some immigrants from Africa. But I'm not sure of them.
So I'm from Wrocław, and in my area there's no a lot of refugees, but I know that in Wrocław works a lot of people, mainly refugees from Ukraine. They are working in Poland because after war with Russia, they can fast return to country. Thank you.
Okay, so many of you do have contact with immigrants, right? Okay, yeah. Can you say about the general attitudes in your country, like towards immigrants?
I think the attitude in Finland towards immigrants is not like extremely negative. It's like mostly neutral, I think, because of course there's like both sides. Like there are people who don't like, and especially because we have a history with Russia. But I don't think it shows anymore as much as it used to. So I think that atmosphere is quite positive.
Yeah, I think I'd probably have to say it's similar in Germany because like we grew up with everybody and they've been there for a long time. So I guess they're just part of the community like everybody else is.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my city we have really positive, like friendly attitude towards immigrants, especially from Russia. We are like we have been part of Russia, so yeah. But I know that in other like Estonian cities we have not so positive like attitude. Yeah, because Russians have problems with Estonian language, especially adults. So
Okay.
I think mostly negative and little positive.
Okay.
My attitude is definitely positive. Like, since we live in area that like there are many conservative people, so that's why I feel like immigrants may feel a little bit, I don't know, unwelcome, or maybe like if you stand out a little bit, like people can tell that there's something wrong with you. So
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of.
This is our country.
Yeah,
our country.
yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
We have a good friendship with them because near our school, the Cara Center, and when live so much immigrants, and we made a new project with them this year.
Okay. Can you tell more about that? Okay.
So in Poland, the attitude to immigrants is a little bit negative because social media talks a lot about bad situations in Germany connected with refugees, and people are completely listening radio, and that's why attitude is bad. And a lot of young Polish people thinks that Poland is only for Polish citizens.
Even the young people.
Yeah.
Okay, because usually that's the older people or things like that. Okay, so how about you said that the attitudes towards immigrants is like quite positive, neutral, but how about refugees? Is there like any difference in attitudes?
I think it varies too. Like, well, here, since there's a refugee center here, I think there's some people who are willing to help them, and they're like they want to help people. But then there's always the people who are against it, and they want to like maintain the situation that was before, that they don't have, because they have some people have like a vision that like that they're going to take your jobs or something, but that's mostly what you said in Poland, that the social media has something to do with that. So yeah.
Do you think that the social media is like encouraging the negative like attitudes? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think, because the people who like only like trust everything, they don't have any criticism towards papers or other news. I think that they suck up every information they get from them. They don't like try and make their own opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's similar in Germany because like there's always people that see it this way and there's people that see it completely different. Like we have two classes actually at our school that are just refugees. So students from our school, they kind of like they grow up with it, they know them, they get to talk to them, or like they help them learn German or whatever. So those probably it's normal for them. But then I guess on the other hand, there's like if I listen to some people when I talk to them that are like afraid or scared, like there's even some that like don't want their children to get too close to them or whatever. And I think that's only because like they don't really have contact to them, so it's like something new they don't know, and that's why they're like kind of afraid sometimes too.
Yeah. Does anyone else has any like other point of view to this?
Yeah, I feel like in Slovakia the overall picture is that we don't want any refugees, even though we do have a refugee camp like 30 minutes away from our town. But I feel like they accept very little refugees, and then like everyone kind of thinks that the state cannot even take care of our own people. Like, how can we take care of refugees? You know, we don't even have jobs. Like, the unemployment is so high that maybe people are afraid. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
We have the same thing.
Yeah, I think that's a common thing to think that like refugees and immigrants are whoever like comes and steals our jobs. And like, what do you think about that statement? Do you think that's true that people are stealing our jobs, immigrants?
No, of course it's not true, but I feel like there in Slovakia there are no jobs to steal because we don't even have them.
Yeah.
For our own people.
In Poland we have a little bit different situation because we have a lot of free job, but you have to finish really difficult studies to get a job really easy, and we don't have a lot of we don't have free workplaces on really easy jobs like a car mechanic or worker on a builder. And the problem is that in Poland there is a lot of unemployed, for example, builders or mechanics, and a lot of refugees cannot work as a professor in university or a bank director. That's the main problem in Poland with the refugees and stealing jobs.
Do you have something?
Do you mean that the refugees can steal those like the higher educated places?
I mean, when the refugee scanning from Africa, no, he have to spend 2 years or 3 or 4 years on study.
Can I say something?
Yeah. You can be next.
But now, like the refugees that come here, they're actually pretty high educated. They're not the poorest people because they have used a lot of money to come here, and they might not have now not that much, but they have a degree formally from their country, and they are very, very highly educated. Not only like car mechanics.
So in Poland we have different situation. The high educated refugee in Poland, this is something unexpected.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. In Italy, we live in a bad situation because some people are afraid to lose the work. Because, for example, if I have one industry and I want a worker, okay, and I want one worker, and maybe I give 1,200 euro for one Italian man, when I can take two refugees and I pay them, I give them just 500 euro for person.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have this effect to lose the work.
Yeah.
This is a problem with retribution in Italy.
Yeah. So usually immigrants or refugees are cheaper, like workers, and that's why people are afraid or hate even like people who come and steal their jobs. But about the education thing, so do you think it's fair, because like at least in Finland we talk a lot about like we have a lot of unemployment, but we also have like free jobs, for example like doctors, and like we need them. But then when there comes like refugees who are doctors, they have the education to be a doctor and like the degree or whatever, but they can't do that job in Finland. But we are still like lacking doctors. Is that like fair or does it make sense to you? Is there a same situation in
Poland welcome IT specialist refugees. We don't have a lot of. We have a lot of free jobs as an IT specialist, but we don't have a lot of workers.
Yeah.
So if the refugees in Finland cannot work, we are welcome.
No, it was actually the situation in Germany that we had a lack of doctors, I think it was, in the past. So that's why we took all these migrants or immigrants that are there now, and we needed them.
Yeah. But is it, I'm not sure, is there like a law that like when you're a refugee and you have the spot, you're now in Finland, is it that you can't just go and work as a doctor? I'm not sure.
But here at least there's a process where the refugee who has a degree as a doctor, they have to go through a process of like how good their language is and stuff like that. That they can actually work with people who, because if they speak Arabian and they come to Finland, they can treat a Finnish patient if they don't have a together language. So I kind of get it, but the process should be like way faster than it is now.
Okay. Then, do you think about integration? Do you think that okay, can you tell just first that what your country, your government does to integrate refugees or immigrants?
Which one, refugees or
Immigrants first. Or does it do anything?
Well, in our case, they're just integrated already. Like they visit the normal schools and everything, so that's like they're just part of the normal life there.
Yeah. Do you know about Estonia?
Actually, yeah, we have the goal, Estonian goal is to help just for refugees and immigrants, to integrate them into social life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't have examples.
Okay. How about Turkey? Same. Okay.
I don't really know about the immigrants. I think that they are integrated pretty well, just on their own. So.
Yeah.
And with the refugees, we don't have that many, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Italy?
It's the same.
Yeah. It's kind of same in every EU country because we have the rules and everything. But you have something in Poland.
In Poland, immigrant he's finding a job, and in this job he works with the Polish citizens and he integrates in that way. And about refugees, the Polish government is trying to provide a work for a refugee, and the method about integration is the same.
Yeah.
And he's working and he's integrating.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think there's anything that you can do, personally, to, okay, let's talk about refugees, to help them to integrate to the country?
Yeah, there's a lot you can do for your refugees. For example, as I live in Lappeenranta, and there's a refugee center quite close by. So you can, for example, donate clothes, or you can join their activities, or give the perspective of having contact with the people who live there, not only the other refugees in the center, but the people who live in the country where you came to.
Well, we have like refugee camps, like the school that I go to, there's a gym right beside it, and that's already filled with refugees. So it's really easy actually. If you want to get involved, you can get involved easily. You can help, and like for example, in the winter time when they came, they needed people who helped them serve breakfast and stuff like that. There's just lots, but where I kind of see the struggle is like my mom is also into like voluntary work with them, and she just wanted to teach them some German, and the problem was that she's not German, so she's from Hungary, and but she's been living in Germany for 20 years, so she speaks fluent German, and now she wanted to help and teach, and what they said is that she would need to take a test first, and I think that's not like the right way. I think if there's people that want to help, they should be, yeah.
That's right. Does anybody else have a saying to this?
I haven't a problem with another people because I think speaks and know new people is good to open my mind. But some people, some Italian people don't speak with refugees because they have a place too because we are near the Africa and for the terrorists.
Yeah.
For this.
Okay. I had something to ask. Yeah, like about the attitudes. Do you think that because the attitudes towards refugees are mainly kind of negative, do you think that's like that affects you people's opinion about EU? Maybe like are people, because in Finland I've seen that many people are like, we want to get rid of EU like the Britain did, like Brexit. So does it happen in your country? Because like EU says that we have to take a certain amount of refugees to our countries, you know, to cooperate together. But
I think that we are afraid of refugees because they can bring violence or terrorism in our countries. They can use this refugee status. So yeah.
Well, I'm not quite sure whether you could say that view, but like for us, you can already notice it in our own country that our so Angela Merkel, she's always like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna take everybody and help them, and you can already tell like within the country that there's like getting more and more people that don't like this way of thinking. Yeah. So like there were votes in the country, and you could tell that like the party that was more on the right side is getting more voters than we used to have in the past.
yeah, I think that's happening in many European countries now. Like the right parties are getting more votes, and that's what happened in Finland. And there's also like
I think it shows in Finland a lot that all this refugee things, all these kind of things have brought a lot of shadow on top of the EU, like because I think this like people have a vision that the refugees are straightly connected to the EU. Like the problem that we have to take them is because of the EU. They kind of like find something to blame it on, even though we probably would have to help anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So you talked about like fear of terrorism. Okay. So I don't really have like a final question about this, but do you think that's like like that you should be afraid of terrorists? Like, is that an actual thing to be afraid of?
I frequent don't speak about general
How about like Turkey? You are in the, like, there's a lot of Syrians and
Yes.
like you're close to the places where the refugees come from.
Yes, Turkey has got so many refugees, about 3 or 4 million. We can try and help them, but so difficult for us because so many refugees. But we can say every refugees are terrorists because it doesn't matter how you're looking and what is your how can I say nationality.
Yeah.
And I think two kind of people, bad humans or good humans, and everybody is nominated as terrorists. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. And do you think there should be like stricter laws to like control the, like how refugees come or asylum seekers, I mean, come to the country and like find the terrorists, because we're already doing that. But do you think there should be like stricter laws or like?
I think it's hard because like if you ask somebody, well, are you here to do harm or are you here to
Yes, I'm gonna
for
come
shelter?
here.
They're not gonna say, oh yeah. So it's like it's hard. I think it's hard to like prove that somebody is there not for like that purpose.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, I agree. And I think like the main thing is that we don't have to, or we don't, like, we shouldn't be afraid. Like, we shouldn't be like, okay, you're all terrorists, you can't come here, because that's just like what the terrorists want. And that's like, we should all just like calm down, in my opinion. I mean, of course we have to be safe and like try to protect people, of course, but so do like the refugees who come. They have been like actually in the war and they've experienced it, and we have to help them also. That's just my opinion here. But I think it's time for the final question. And do you think there's anything positive that immigrants or refugees bring to your culture or to your country?
In my opinion, at least, the refugees and immigrants are a bit separate thing, at least for now, because they might not have the status yet. But like immigrants that are already starting to integrate into our society, they reach in our culture so much because they like give another perspective to people who have always been in their own country, and they like. I think they give a lot to the people who live there.
Yeah, I think it's like also kind of the same like the immigrants. They kind of live in the culture of your own country. Like you can find döner in Germany everywhere now. So we profit from that too. And I guess for the refugees, it's like they get the chance to get to meet new people from different countries, to meet new cultures, and also to get social involved or like to volunteer and maybe also do some things you wouldn't have done before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, because I have like, she's my friend, she's 25. She came to Estonia from Ukraine 2 years ago, and she brought her culture, and me and my friends who met her, like we listen some Ukrainian music, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
So,
In Turkey, refugees can't adapt to Turkish culture or Turkish weather, but immigrants would adapted our culture or our language or our weather. So we don't have a problem with them.
But they do give something good. to
Yes.
us.
Yes.
I think that like even when it comes to migrants or refugees, that those people might have gone through so much that like when it doesn't affect you directly, like after it does affect you, then you just kind of realize the real values, you know.
Yeah.
And you realize how lucky you have been because you didn't go through so much.
I repeat what I said before. For me, I like when a lot of people come in Italy because I like made a new relationship with them and compare the culture and the ideas. And I think we have a different. I have not a problem with the people from another country because I think we have a different color of the body, but the blood is the same.
Beautiful.
So in Poland, it makes me happy that, for example, we have a lot of immigrants and refugees from Ukraine, and I see that they are working wherever. When I want to buy something in shop, I can hear a Polish language, but with this Ukrainian pronunciation. So it makes me happy that they just want to work. They came here and they are doing something good for our country.
Thank you. That was the last question.
Thank you very much. You did brilliantly.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, I think it's time to have you